Tres.
Joe Kelly with United Ag. The sorghum road trip to Texas or to Mexico was definitely an informative trip. Had an opportunity to see a wide cross section of Mexican end users from feedlots to dairies, poultries, and swine feed producers, end users. Very eye-opening experience as to the challenges that these end users are facing, what their needs are in terms of quality, logistics, and financing. Very, very interesting group of companies.
Jessica Martini with Gulf Coast Cooperative out of Robstown, Texas. Having an area that is predominantly sorghum with producers and having years of exceptional yield, we realized that we're going to need to find a home for most of this sorghum at a price that works for both a farmer and for an end user. This trip to Mexico, like Joe said, allows us to see many of the end users, but also highlights a lot of trade barriers that we need to get down as far as logistics down to Mexico and financial situations that I believe can be solved and hopefully will be solved by having these open conversations.
Manuel Sanchez, Manager of Global Trade for the U.S. Grains Council. For me, this is my first time here in Mexico visiting with major grain purchasers, major grain buyers, and we covered quite extensively the majority of the country. We basically divided it in four. We started our mission in Monterrey, then crossed over to Torreón, went down to Guadalajara, Jalisco, and here we are in Mérida. I was genuinely impressed with the size and the sophistication of the operation that these guys run here. They run a very efficient business. They know the markets, and there was a need for for following up with their natural markets. And the U.S. has been a market that has served this region of Mexico for many years. Now that China is beginning to step back, I think there's a great opportunity for sorghum in this region. But corn now, it's also been it's been pretty well received and included in their formulations. And I think that depending on the price, I feel that there's room for both U.S. sorghum and corn into the specific markets.